go. Here goes your this. Right.
And we're inspired by science here. We better be able to get people on what trends somehow.
Here it comes. Yep, that's it.
He's in his office. He's sitting there and all of a sudden, I'm like, which chicken is under your desk?
I overshot the R&D budget this week, so I'm going to need that $250.
Leaving it right, Dan.
Woo! Woo! Welcome, welcome. Another Facebook Live here. It's November 19th. It's episode 116.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm back.
I don't remember the last 5 or 6 for some reason.
You know, we had a guest last week.
We did.
I was down in Texas watching it, and we had some technical difficulties at the beginning, but it sounds like we're doing good so far. But we might not, because we're going to try to do some patched-in guests today, unannounced, and
how are they unannounced if you just announced them?
I haven't announced them yet, but I know we just patched it together in the last 10 seconds, so we hope it works. Exactly. So
gotcha.
This is episode number 116. This week we are focusing on we're also going to have Brian Czech and Brian Fennell. I always say Fennell. I think it's Fennell. He said today. We're having both Brians from USMC Racing, if we can pull it off. They're going to be on today as our guest via Skype to recap this past weekend of the USMC Racing event down at MSR Houston that I attended. That was absolutely awesome. So we look really forward to telling you about that. We got tons of video. I think we have like over 400 video clips, 500 gigabytes of footage that Matt Rice is going through right now. So we're going to have a lot of video to show you exactly how the weekend was. It was awesome, so we'll get more to that. But as always, ask your questions below. We'll answer those. If you have questions for USMC Racing, it's a great charity we support, 2 Brians. And by the way, when we were down there, some of the military guys and first responders that come out to race with them, hi, I'm Brian. Hi, I'm Brian. There were like 8 Brians.
Oh, so it should just be changed to Brian Racing.
It should be Brian Racing.
Gotcha.
But you know I'm bad with names, so it was cool because I was just like, Brian? It's like, yeah, I was right half the time. So anyways, at the end of the show, we'll be doing our weekly drawing. So if you didn't get your name in, you better get in for next week. We're probably going to be giving away some LX4 today.
That would be nice.
And you can enter every week at hotshotsecret.com/giveaway. So go ahead and get your name in there and tune in. And if you're watching live when we announce the winner, we also throw in an extra t-shirt, some swag there. So even more incentive to watch us. We're here every Thursday at 1:30 p.m. So we'd like to know where you're watching from. So let us know. I was watching from Houston last week.
I was watching from my desk.
It was a lot warmer in
because
Houston.
I misread the message they sent me. It
said we don't need you today?
No, it said Chris and Steve are going to be on. I'm like, cool. I didn't read the part where it says after you open the show with Chris. I'm like,
oh,
I'm hanging out
here
usually a minute to 2 minutes
They say,
early.
where is he?
And Josh's like, didn't sweat it. And all of a sudden, like, well, I better be on. So he covered for me.
You made it though, right?
I made it fine.
Good.
I was hanging out in my office.
I see Brian Czech's already tagged in here. That's good. Dan Zelton's in. Isaac Feathers is in. Says, congrats, guys. Matt Rice says, so much footage. Look at Matt Rice with the top fin badge.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I see him. He's been helping out. Rodrigo, I see you there. Daryl Hines is in Minnesota tuning in. We were watching from the Hot Shots tent in the middle of Texas last week. That is true. And it was a hot tent. So let's jump in because I really want to get to the guys. We have a lot to talk about today. We're dual streaming live here on Facebook and YouTube. Ask your questions here on Facebook. We'll answer them live. If you ask them on YouTube, we'll respond to them later. Like and share this video. Hit the little bell up top. Let you know we're here every Thursday at 1:30. Get all our social media pages in. Our Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook page called Hot Shots
Secret
R&D.
And guess what? Guess who the newest member is?
Who's the newest member? My mom?
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Yeah, you ruined it. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So she finally likes she came over to the dark side.
Mom, please unfriend him quickly.
Come on.
So let's do some dealer shout-outs.
All right, how about unlimited repair services in Zanesville, Ohio?
Oh, right here in Ohio.
How about
Cool.
that? And Sunshine Tree and Landscaping in Stewartsville, New Jersey.
Sunshine Tree and Landscape. Awesome. Well, thanks to Unlimited Repair Service and Sunshine Tree and Landscape.
Sunshine.
We appreciate that. And don't forget, send in your stickers. I do have some new stickers I forgot to bring today, but we got our dealer wall here where we do a lot of videos out here and stuff. So all of our influencers, our supporters, our retailers, you name it, send us your decal. We'll throw it on the wall, and you can be in the background of a lot of our videos that we put out there. Now, what's going on in TV land, Aaron? You like to usually announce that stuff.
Do I?
You do.
I mean, like is a big word.
Well, it's kind of a softball, so we let you do it.
Right. So I can read right off the page.
Exactly.
Saturday on November 21st at 11 a.m. Saturday, 11 a.m., episode 90. Oh, no, that says 911 on Motor Trend. Doesn't even say who it is.
It does.
Where?
Oh. Episode 911, that would be Carfix right there at the beginning.
Ah.
So you can't
I
read.
can't read. Look, how about that? Okay, on Carfix on Saturday, it's going to be Diesel Extreme.
Yep.
And then Sunday on Motor Trend, another Carfix with FR3.
Yep.
Then Saturday, then back on Saturday at 1:30, we are on Motor Trend on Two Guys Garage covering Stiction Eliminator.
Look at that.
But wait, there's more.
There is.
Truck U on Sunday at 1 o'clock on Motor Trend Network. It will be FR3 as well.
Yeah. So good Saturday, Sunday lineup. Diesel Extreme, Stiction Eliminator, FR3. We'll knock out some LX4 today.
That's almost everything.
Yeah. And upcoming events this weekend, we have the 9th annual Racer Tees American Door Slammer Nationals down there at Piedmont Dragway. This is one of the loose rocker events. Big shout out to Michael Beard, who puts on these awesome big money bracket racing events. We are title sponsoring the Motor Mania live feed. So I encourage you can find it on the web. You can find it on YouTube. It is a free stream. You can watch all weekend long, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, watch all the competition. Hot Shot Secret will be plastered right there in the corner of the screen for you the whole weekend.
Oh, nice.
And I'll give you a hint, if you're watching live this weekend, when they go to breaks or when there's some track downtime, that little Hot Shots logo might turn into a coupon code.
What?
So if you're looking to order something here this weekend, tune in, support Michael Beard, support Loose Rocker, all the guys down there at Piedmont. We love that track too. Watch some racing this weekend and get yourself a discount code that you can use to order some stuff this weekend. 'Tis the season. We're getting close to the holiday season, so stock up for yourself, stock up for friends and family. It's a good time. And so that's on MotorManiaTV.com, or they also have their YouTube page there. And sales and retail, what we got?
EDT is on sale at Advanced Auto Parts. Save $2 now through December 30th.
End of the year, right? Yep.
Yeah. And watch your email Sunday for a sale.
Oh.
What's that mean?
Is that a secret?
Is that a teaser?
So an email is coming Sunday. That's probably good incentive for people to join our email list.
HotShotSecret.com/email, perhaps?
Perhaps.
Or you can do the Levi Clicky thing.
Yeah, down at the bottom of the screen there, you can go ahead and put your email in there. And people that do that tend to get special emails. And apparently one is coming this Sunday. So I don't know what it is. Do you know what it is?
I do not.
I bet Levi knows, doesn't he? Maybe.
I know lots of stuff.
So you want to knock out this giveaway so we don't forget?
Sure.
Let's do it. We're going off script here. We're pulling our winner now. So this week's prize is LX4.
He doesn't have it pulled up yet.
This week's prize is LX4. As a bonus, if you comment before the end of the show, if you're one of our winners, we'll also toss in a t-shirt. This week's winner, we got 2 of them we're giving away.
It looks like it.
The first one is Jarrett.Pitocelli at something. We're calling out your email addresses. So that's, did you put them up there, Levi? Okay. So JARIT.PITOCHELLI. Jarrett Pitocelli at something. You're a winner. You're going to get some LX4. And TS Tyler Spaeth, 94 at something. Your other winner. That's TSTYLER SPAETH 94. TS Tyler Spaeth 94 at something. Whew. I pulled it off.
Yeah,
Click.
I locked up a little.
Yeah, I did. You notice I didn't send that one over your way.
I sure did. I appreciate it.
No problem. Got you, buddy. So 2 of you guys are winners for some LX4. If you chime in before the end of the show, we'll also throw out a T-shirt. But we'll reach out to you, get your address, and send you some LX4. And before we get into the LX4, which I was pouring LX4 into some of them race cars this past weekend down there at USMC Racing. Matter of fact, I think the Wild Boar had a finicky fuel pump. And I said, well, it's like, Brian, what does the front of that bottle say right there? He says, fuel pump protection. And side note, I did not know this. I bet you did.
Okay, let's check.
They have a, Brian can confirm, a Holly Sniper on it.
Yeah?
And I thought it was carburetor.
Oh,
So apparently it's got some injectors hidden under there.
yeah.
So because at first I was like, well, it's not going to do much for carburetor. But then Matt Rice told me, he's like, that's a Holly Sniper. And he's like, that'd be great for that. I was like, oh, so I learned. So they have this, so it's good for a Holly Sniper too. LX4, great for your race fuel. So if we can pull this off, Levi,
Why do they use race fuel?
I don't think they do. They use too much of it. They can't afford race fuel. They're broke. They need donations.
Right.
They need money.
That's what I'm saying. Just throw the 87 octane.
I'm
in,
sure
let it
they
rip.
are. Throw some LX4 in there, you're protected.
Yeah, fine.
So we want to try to see if we can get them online. I know we got Brian Czech and Brian Fennell. We'll see if we can get them on, or if this is going to crash everything. But
Crashing's fun.
yeah, bring them up.
Let's go for the ringtone. Here goes.
Ding 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 ding. There it is. I'm sure people are just. There he is.
That.
Look how professional setup you are today.
I try.
You think Fennell is going to be as professional?
No.
We're about to find out.
Oh boy.
No, you're calling him. Or is he calling in? I can try. Would you like him to? You can't call out.
We'll find out, won't we?
Well, I sent him a message. So let's get started, Brian, and if we can see if we can pull Fennell in. I first want to know, how do you pronounce his last name? Is it Fennell or Fennell?
It's Fennell.
Ah. I just call him Crayons. He was trying to pull some of that. Oh, look, he's there.
How about that?
We got everybody on?
Now, he looks professional too. I don't see why other Brian was dogging him so bad.
We got the band back. Look at this.
We do have the band back.
Can you hear us, Brian F?
Yeah, I can hear.
Awesome. So I think Levi's going to get the video going. In the meantime, welcome aboard, guys. Glad to see you. I already missed you. It's been just a few days, but what a weekend we had. And
Oh, I know.
so I know both of you guys have kind of been on before, I believe, but why don't we start off the top? Tell everybody out there in Hot Shots land who you are and what you guys do.
So we are Uncle Sam's Misguided Children. We provide functional therapy to active duty veterans and first responders via endurance auto racing. And we do this 5 to 7 times a year in as many states, as far west as the Rockies and as far east as South Carolina.
And how about you, Brian F? What part do you play in this?
So I play mechanic. I'm general manager, so I help scheduling with the scheduling aspect, and then trying to keep our fantastic Lemons cars racing.
Where are the vehicles right now? Last I saw, Brian Czech had a couple on the back of his RV, but I know often in between races, Brian F., you're kind of getting them repaired to get ready for the next race, right?
Yeah, correct. So I have wild boar with me here at the shop. It's actually still in the trailer. I haven't even unloaded it yet from the last race. Czech has the other 2 Crown Vics. They needed a little less repair. We got to do a little more extensive, couple things we need to fix on wild boar. So I brought that one back to the shop with me. So since I have all the lifts and everything. So.
And let's talk about this weekend. I mean, it was my first time coming to one of your events. We've been partnered now for a couple of years, and Brian's been beating on me to finally get down and get to one of these events, and I finally made it. And I gotta say, it was everything I thought it would be, and then 1,000 times more. Like I don't think you can really describe the event. It's really an experience. I completely get why this works now. I mean, not like I didn't before. I knew you guys were doing this great service, and but actually experiencing it, and then seeing people come in that first day that are complete strangers, and just 36 hours later, having to head back home, and seeing the transformations in people was amazing to see. And I was privileged to come down and actually experience it. So tell us a little bit about, what you guys see when you're having, again, you're having first responders as well as military, active duty, and vets come through this program. And it's not just that they're coming to race. They get so much more out of this as a whole weekend package, if you will. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so I mean, the big point of the whole deal is camaraderie. When you're in the military or you're a first responder, you've got to trust that brother and sister to your left and to your right. And it's extremely hard to find that unless you're clocked in, or you're at a barbecue with those same people, right? So it's very hard to find that connection outside of that. And we provide that. And the interesting thing about this is, and this is part of the reason why I started this. As a matter of fact, actually, I talked to Brian after the NOLA race last year about this, because we had a guy who came in and was exactly the reason why we started this. They arrive and they're best friends with everybody. It's kind of unreal. It's so hard to explain that. And I think I tried my best to use as few words as possible with Matt and then the other 2 groups that are there that were recording and doing things. But it's so hard to explain how big camaraderie is to folks who grew up needing to trust the people who are around them. And when you don't have that, it's really hard for some folks, especially when they get out of the military. I can't speak to the first responder realm. I'm not tied in with that at a personal level. But I've seen more folks get out of the military and just become completely lost. I mean, you essentially have been living a life for 4 to 20 years, and suddenly it's gone. So it's how do you come back from that? How do you bring purpose back to what you're doing? And we do, and not to toot my own horn here, our own horn, we do a damn good job of that. And it's evidenced every single weekend when we have people who have never met, and by the end of the weekend, they're all best friends and they're shooting each other texts all the time. I mean, it's great. I mean, and to me personally, I don't know what I would do without this, because this is my personal therapy, to watch these guys go out and have such a freaking awesome time doing this. It's unreal.
And this weekend really culminated in a lot of attention for you guys.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Big way.
I was excited that we get to come down there, and it's like, Hot Shot Secrets in town. Like, here we go. And then CBS American full national coverage is there, and it's like, okay, we got outshone. The big boys are here.
No, you guys had your tents, man. That's going to make it in everything. We even had a 6-time Emmy-winning producer from Netflix there recording us all weekend. So it's like, holy I didn't even know he was Emmy-winning any of that until he sent me his profile on IMDb. I'm like, oh my, what?
Right.
That's you.
And what else you had?
idea.
I missed the quilt thing, but you also had that presentation, right?
We did, yeah. Quilts of Valor Foundation provides quilts to veterans and active duty service members. And the point of it is it's an embrace thing, right? So when someone comes back from, there's a piece of them missing, whether that person knows it or not. And there was a mother whose son had come back, and she didn't know how to connect with him. Everything she tried wasn't working. And so she was a very good seamstress and quilter. I think that might be the right name. And she made him a very nice quilt and wrapped him in it and saw an immediate change in him and started this nonprofit. And it's all over the U.S.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, it was just more icing on the cake of your weekend, and
Yeah.
that many things going on out there. I was just turning my head the whole time, just figuring out who's with what. I saw cameras all over your pits, so I think you're, and you guys deserve so much of this attention, and I think it's finally coming your way. Oh, I just thought that was something else, Brian. I was like, oh no, he's eating crayons again.
Well, my compressor kicked on, so I went and shut it off real quick.
Okay. But I mean, we're going to see a lot of fallout from this. I mean, I think the CBS Morning News, what is it called?
CBS Good Morning or something like that. It airs December 10th.
December 10th, right? So we got a little time on that, and we've got a ton of footage. I see Matt Rice is online right now. We've got a ton of footage. So we're going to be putting together a lot of stuff. Matter of fact, we're going to air a small piece today as well.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about the action of the weekend.
Got a lot.
You know,
Part.
Brian F., I know you were very excited because there was a new vehicle, a new car added to the stable, the USMC stable. And why don't you tell us about the debut of the new Mustang? And I know it got penalized out of the gate when we tried to make it through tech. So
Yeah.
and maybe you tell everybody exactly how 24 Hours of Lemons is supposed to work by the rules, and what you entered in competition.
Sure. So typically in 24 Hours of Lemons, we're racing Lemons cars. So they have set a budget for your purchase price of the car at $500. Now this excludes safety equipment. So brakes, tires, cage, all that is excluded from budget. So for a legit C-Class car, when you put together a Lemons car, you're usually coming out with a total investment of, say, $3,000 to $5,000 in the total car. So me and a couple of my buddies who have been with USMC a little bit wanted to kind of put together something a little over the top, and we started looking for like A-Class car, which is a little bit cheaty car. You got three classes in Lemons, A, B, and C. C being a legit lemon, probably won't finish the race. You got a B-Class car, which our Crown Vics usually fall in, maybe a couple of cheaty parts. Then you got A-Class, which is usually really cheaty. Our Camaro, they shove us in that class with our wild board. So we were looking for an A-Class car and come across a Mustang with an A-Class budget price, but needed some assembly. And it was, we'll just say it was a little bit over the top. In fact, Czech had some lovely shirts made, dubbing it the Cheaty Stang, cause it was extra cheaty.
Those shirts were glorious.
So we were fired up about debuting this car because we know it would. We knew some butt hurt was going to come out of it because of its parts. Coyote powered, T56, Owens shocks. I mean, just a bunch of fantastic parts on this car that we bought essentially on a Lemons budget. So we there's actually a video that you did of me doing some test laps in it, which went awesome. The car is super fast. Looks like I pulled off some 155s on the test, past that MSR in that, which was in the top of the A-class field. And race day, well, the race didn't start like we wanted to with our Cheaty Sting. It was a $500 car until we made the start of the race, and we turned it to a $500 car when we ran it through a tire wall.
Yeah. Violently into a tire wall.
Violently. In fact, the tire wall was probably 8 foot tall, and they looked rather large, like maybe tractor tires. I don't know what they were. They were big. And I think some of those tires that we hit actually landed on the moon.
Yeah.
And we should say the driver of the vehicle was injured, but he's okay, right?
Yeah, he's doing good. I actually got so our Bud Scott was driving. He sustained a small facial fracture because of the hit, but he's doing very good. He looks like he's wearing mascara with his colorful raccoon eyes right now.
I bet.
But he's healing up pretty good. So we're actually going to be working on the car this Saturday. We're going to try to fix this car. We're going to look at it really close to see what we have to do. I have a donor car on standby just in case.
Gotcha. So, Brian Czech, how about the rest of the cars? We have a couple of Crown Vics and a Camaro called Wild Boar. Now, I know Old Chesty's been around since that was the first vehicle, and it's the one you guys usually kind of look over and say, oh, we got these newer ones, these faster ones, but Old Chesty really carried the flag for most of the weekend.
That stupid car. We talked so much trash right in front of it, like sometimes sitting on it about how we're going to replace it. And by the end of the weekend, it's the only freaking one running properly. I swear to God, every single time since we started with 2 cars in September of 19, that has happened. Every single time we're like, God, this car is just dying. It's been in lemons since 2009. And then somehow on Sunday, it's the only one out there performing and turning really good laps. Meanwhile, our 2011 Crown Victoria, which should be the most, the one that should not die, is usually the ones we have the most problems with. It's unreal.
Which you had problems. What was it? It was a clutch problem this time?
Oh man. We've been
why don't you give us a rundown? Starting with, before the race started, was it, I think you got black flagged, right?
Oh, man, before the green flag even came down, it was so embarrassing. Ladder 3 comes off for a transponder problem again. Again. So, transponders are like the bane of my existence with that car. So, as a matter of fact, on the way home, while I was not driving, I purchased a transponder that is not one that we have on the car now. It's one of the originals that we have on the other 2 cars. So we shouldn't have that problem anymore. But yeah, oh man, so embarrassing.
Now, as far as I know both the Crown Vics went home with some more damage than they arrived with.
Yeah.
We may or may not have some good footage of that.
Yeah, so our Navy veteran, Charlie Adams, was in Chesty, and he was going through turns. So first off, we run MSR Houston backwards, which is really strange. It's not FIA certified, which is interesting, as I learned from the track owner on Thursday when I was watching some hand control cars go around.
Yeah,
and yeah, so it's a true Lemons fashion. We're running the track in a more dangerous setup, which is perfect. I love it. So Charlie going through turn 17, which is 1 in the direction that we're going, just gave it too much. Just gave too much, and he spun it out, and someone just ran right into the back of him, hit the back left tire, I think, and just totally crunched in the back left quarter panel. Yeah. So now that car has been ran into something backwards now on both sides. So at least now both sides look the same. And then ladder 3 mouth hugged another tire wall, which it's already done that once, and now it's done it again.
Yeah.
And was it Wild Boar that set Texas on fire?
Yes, and Wild Boar set Alex Barton. I guess he spun out into the midfield down the front stretch, and it just lit the whole field ablaze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had
Barbecue.
it was pretty windy out there, and that Texas dry grass does not like hot exhausts from endurance cars. So there were multiple fires that day.
Yeah, there were multiple.
Shout out to the safety crew. They had their fire duties for sure. So
Yeah, I'm surprised they got that second one under control. That second one was huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So I know. So the Cheaty Stang did make it a lap, and it was out. But the other 3 cars that you normally bring, I know Ladder was looking bad overnight in between races, but you guys got that all squared away with some ingenuity by. This is a car that now has a clutch that didn't initially have a clutch. I think you pushed the clutch through the floorboard since it's an automatic car.
Firewall. So Joe Mertz is actually in the chat right now. He just was talking about how the last time Chesty had problems, someone forgot to put the oil cap on it.
Oh, who is that?
I wasn't there.
No.
So
There's Joe. Joe's actually the one that does the fabrication on that clutch pedal, right?
He was. He went out and got some 3/8 plate, right, Fennel?
Yeah. I gave him a little instruction on a brace we could put where we ripped the mount out of the firewall for the clutch, and he did a fantastic job with 3/8 or 3/16 some plates to reinforce that. So yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, some of the craftsmanship is amazing. I know 412's bumper is probably 90% Gorilla Tape and 10% plastic left. But these guys make it work. And most importantly, Wild Boar was having some fuel pump problems, and then there was some wiring issues that kept shorting out and sticking the throttle sometimes through turns and making things fun. But you guys fought through all of it, and I know, which is what makes it cool. These guys are jumping in. They've got all these vets and first responders that are out there. They're swapping drivers all the time. Different men and women are jumping in the car. They're helping out wrench on these cars, keeping them on the track as much as possible. But I'll tell you what the biggest win was. At the end of the day, the checkered flag, all 3 cars took the checkered flag.
All 3 cars.
And that does not happen often for you guys, does it?
No. No, it does not.
Yeah, that was excellent.
So I got to count that as a success.
I have given instructions to have whoever was in the front to slow down to catch the guy behind him, and then the thought was the third guy would be like, "Oh, what are we doing?" They would all do a Le Mans finish. That didn't happen at all.
No, not at all.
Not even close.
But at least they all took the checkered. That's a bonus.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah.
Yeah, all of them taking checkers about as Le Mans finished as Wolf probably pull off.
Yeah.
So we got a video we want to play. Brian's seen part of it.
Oh no.
But Levi, if you got that wrecked, I think we're going to go ahead and play the whole video. We got time in our thing here, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see it unless you've got the Facebook feed up on another screen somewhere.
I have it up.
But we'll be sure to share it with you, and we'll post it up on our site later. But Levi, if you got it racked, this tells us just to tell everybody out there a little bit. The best way I can put it is what these guys do with USMC Racing, and the impact of what they do is really captured in this video, and then. We got some more videos coming that'll actually show you how it's done, but this one kind of gives you the vibe of really the good work these guys are doing. So, if you got it, Levi, go ahead and roll it. Recently, Hot Shot Secret had the opportunity to travel down to Texas to support our friends at USMC Racing during their 24 Hours of Lemons race at MSR Houston. After years of working with this charitable program, this was our first time getting to take in the action in person. A selfless charity that provides adrenaline therapy for veterans and first responders, we were excited to see how they performed in their race cars. But what we found was that there was much more to this race than simply strapping in and hitting the track.
At some point, I'll probably sit down Kyle and do like a little conversation. But first, I wanted you to take a look at this, just kind of give you an idea of some stuff we've been working on the weekend. Can you see it?
Yeah.
This is just the start for me, and they say it's the best race that you could start in because everybody's out here just to have a good time and get out in a track. It's not, you know, that competitive, I don't care about anything but winning mindset. It's about having fun.
It's not something that I could go build a car myself tomorrow and be able to come out. So I can join these guys and get in a race car and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Brian for the opportunity. Just looking around and being a part of this, I can't imagine the amount of stress, the anxiety of getting us all together and keeping this thing going, you know, both personally, financially, as well as just the day-to-day of running this huge operation. Plus, he's still active duty. So I just appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing it, and I'm sure it's helping out a lot of guys, including myself. So thanks again for having me out.
If I could say anything to Brian, it would be the same thing I tell Brian every day. Brian Czech, I love you, bro.
It's been a pleasure to work with you, alongside you, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far this thing can go. So keep it up, man. We love you.
Just a simple thank you. It's been a blast, and it's been a great experience, and not just to get to race, but to actually represent something bigger than any one person.
Just to see the time that he puts into this, I mean, it's overwhelming to me to think about the amount of effort that he puts in for the love of our organization and the love of helping our veterans and first responders.
I'm really happy to be a part of something that the organizer truly gets behind.
Everything else in life disappears. I went to Road Atlanta and I had like $80 in my pocket and I needed to pay rent, but I drove that race because everything was gonna disappear. And so.
I know you do this for veterans, but in all honesty, man, for me, it's not just the veteran thing. It's, you know, taking care of my family. And obviously we're all family now, a big part of the family, and I want to say thank you for him for doing that, because I know it's a big order for him. He's got, I don't know how many kids now, it's hard to keep up, but that, and he's still in and everything, and I just couldn't say thank you more than anything for being so accepting of everybody and putting this whole thing, this whole shit show together, for sure. But it's our shit show. We polish the turd the best we can. And yeah, man. Just amazing.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Looks like four.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say any of that stuff. So, excuse me, gross. Coronavirus.
These guys love you, man.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what to say after that, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I never really realized what this meant to people until Lane texted me out of the blue one day, and I mean, it was the most appreciative thing I've ever read, really with anything, but it meant a whole lot more because this is something that I believe in, what we're doing. And I probably read that 50 times now. I have it, actually I copied and pasted it into my notes, so I don't have to go digging through his fucking text anymore to go find it. But I've never seen, like I've read the testimonials, but I've never seen that, you know? I guess the faces, the expressions on their faces saying that stuff.
Yeah. This was a cool experience for me.
Thank you. Thank you both for coming out here.
And heck, it's been what? What's our, going to our 3rd year now?
Almost, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Almost 3 years, and
Remember when it started?
Yeah, it was a shit show. We had one car, a 10x10 tent, and people who had no idea what they were doing. The car blew up the second morning, and Laura was like, "Well, we're selling the car." I was like, "No, no." Went out and found a new motor. Me and another guy, JD Wimberry, Active Duty Marine. We drove like 3 hours away to go get it. I left my phone in the car the entire time. She's trying to find out where I am, and on Find Me, or Find My iPhone or whatever, it shows that my phone was like in a ditch on the side of the road, you know, because it didn't show there was a house there. Right. And so she thought we were like in an accident dead. And then I guess she thought to text JD, and JD was like, "Dude, why is your wife texting me?" I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah." It's like, grab the phone, there's like a million missed calls and text messages. And like when I called, she was getting ready she had the kids in the car, but she was getting ready to drive where the phone was. Right. So like, you know, I put so much of my marriage on hold for this. I know she hates that. So sometimes I feel really bad that I do this, because I know it's hard, you know? Financially, obviously, but emotionally I know it's hard because, you know, the kids should be in school or she could be working.
But you've made this into a family affair, not just
yeah.
extended family, let alone the kids been running around all weekend.
Yeah.
The dogs are here. Well, one stays inside a lot.
One stays inside, the other one does not, yeah.
But it's one big collective family as well as your immediate family that really makes this work.
Yeah. Yep. And so that's what makes it worth it. You know, the weekend when it ends is always shitty because everyone is just trying to get out of here. Selfishly for me, I want to make sure my family's ready to go. So that means the trailer's packed, very minimal. It's just like last minute like hugs and see you laters, and then we're gone. Mm-hmm. Instead of like what happens on Friday and Saturday night where it's just like you're sitting around the campfire, the grill with a beer, you know.
It never ends.
We can't do that on Sundays. So Sundays are always, I hate Sundays. There's always the worst. It always feels like there's so many things left unsaid.
Well, and Sunday's also the day where you see the biggest change in a lot of people.
Yeah.
I've seen it myself this weekend. It's cool seeing. I think it was Brian from California was the first guy here on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I know him intimately differently now than I did that Thursday morning.
Yeah.
It's only been 36 hours.
Yeah, and then there's people too, like Dylan, him and I first met, he was a sergeant major and I was a worthless warrant officer. You know? And so now we know each other in a different way now. You know, so that's, no matter what, even if you know people, everything changes when you come here with this. You know, I don't know, I couldn't pick a single thing that is the catalyst. It's almost like it's the whole thing together.
It works.
You know? I mean, you guys support us, Trailer Toad supports us, Race Ramp supports us, Silver Sports, Greeny Tech, Spartan Media, like, we couldn't do any of this stuff without the people who believe in what we're doing.
and it's only getting bigger. I remember. You remember how it started with you and me?
Yeah, an email, and you wrote me back in like 10 minutes. I nearly shit myself.
Well, actually, we get a lot of requests, and
I can only imagine.
And I remember that email came to me, and it went to a couple other accounts, and it was one of many we get that the majority of the company was like, Kyle, look at this one, don't let this one get by. And I think we were talking on the phone.
It was within a half hour. Yeah. Within a half hour of me pushing send, you wrote me back.
Well, I remember that conversation, and looking at what I could tell from your organization at the time.
Yeah.
It was intriguing, interesting, but it was the conversation with you that very first day, and that solidified me right away. And that's why you see all these guys have your back. It's a lot of the work you do. And you got a good thing going.
Yeah.
And we want to keep it.
I do have a good thing going. She disagrees sometimes, I think, but it's so worth it.
We want to give you another $1,000.
Oh, thank you so much.
Keep the stuff going.
Thank you.
It's my mini giant check.
Give me a hug. Thank you. I love you, brother. Love you, man. That's great.
We actually have a giant check. We couldn't find it.
That's perfect. No, that's perfect. That's going on the wall. That's going on the wall.
I know every penny you guys get, especially after experiencing this weekend.
Yeah.
I would not want to put money anywhere else. I know what you guys do is best with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to work my butt off to get other industry partners to continue to help you guys get more support, because there's a lot of charities out there. There's a lot of places to choose from to support, but what you guys do is amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you.
And thanks for having us out.
I know it took long enough.
I did.
It took long enough.
I told you I'd come, though.
It's so worth it.
I told you I'd finally make the foot.
Oh, man.
Well, thanks again, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us out. Thanks for doing what you do. On behalf of these guys, thanks for everything. And I'm looking forward to a lot more. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys continue to grow and what's next.
Cool. Thank you so much, pal.
Can I come again?
Absolutely.
All right. We'll do that.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
You're the best.
Thanks, man. On behalf of everybody at Hot Shot Secret, we would like to thank USMC Racing for their honorable work in support of our military veterans and first responders, and we look forward to helping them continue their mission. Not crying, Brian. Not crying, are you?
God, I hate you so much.
What a good thing you guys got
over
going,
here
man.
Laughing at me.
Yeah. Well, we're really excited to be able to capture a lot of that, and like I said, up next is that kind of tells you what the impact is that you guys are doing, and you're gonna see another video coming soon that shows it too. So we got tons of good footage of you guys racing and wrenching and having a good time, and that cowbell ringing every time it's time to eat, and just all the good stuff you guys got going on. So I want to thank you guys for having me down there. It really changed my view of what you guys do, and I already knew it. So I know it's just going to, like I said, we're going to do our best to get the word out on you guys. I should say this as well. I talked to the CBS crew guy, and he said he couldn't believe what he saw. And he's like, I can't believe that these guys aren't, widely covered by every outlet. And you're kind of like this hidden gem of doing some really great work. And I think the word's going to get out, and you guys are going to continue to grow. and the mission you're on is only going to expand. And I'm really excited to be a part of it. And thanks for having me down there.
Man, thank you for coming and being there for us.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you guys want to wrap up with any comments about what's next for you guys? And I know you got one more race coming this year.
Yeah, we do. Road Atlanta. And you know, none of this can happen without the people and the individuals and the companies and the organizations that support us. You first of all, you know, Rini, Spartan, Silver Sport, Mo Speed Shop, you know, Kyle Automotive with Brian Fennell, sorry. And it's just so critical that we have all this support. You know, and honestly, the hardest part, like in the video, is Sundays. I hate Sundays, but you know, the support that we have in between the races that's important. So if there's veterans or first responders or active duty folks that are in and around the New Orleans or the Austin area that want to help and volunteer their time and help prepping these cars, I can tell you we need it. So if you're in the area, you know, look us up on our website, usmcracing.org. Go to the contact page and reach out to us, or go to the Facebook page and message us. Let us know, or if you have a loved one or a friend that is struggling with something, with anything, please reach out to us. Let us know. We are networked in with many organizations that provide all sorts of care and help. You know, do not let people or yourselves struggle alone. We can make sure that you get taken care of.
Absolutely. And I should mention, you just mentioned Kyle Automotive there, where Brian Fennell's at. I just put a dealer order in for Kyle Automotive. Ooh. Proud dealer of Hot Shot Secret products there. So
heck yeah.
We'll have to make sure you get on the shout out board, and I definitely need a decal wall for our dealer board here, Brian. So you need to send me up one. And
absolutely.
I know you got some new USMC logos too. So Brian, I'm going to need updates on those as well.
All right, I can send you those. That's easy.
And I also want to say another side angle. I know we sponsor all your fluids for your guys. You know, these guys run our racing oils and all their race cars, transmission fluids, gear oils. We supply fluids to their RVs and trucks that pull everything around the country to get there. And we're really proud to do that. But just like the relationship we have with some of our independent dealers, this is not just a sponsor charity type of relationship. I mean, Aaron, you can speak to it. I mean, in particular, a product that we still haven't even released to the public yet is our Synchromesh Fluid. And we get the best testing out of you guys, because like we always tell people, that our products have been tested to the extreme. Well, there is nothing more extreme than an endurance car with a manual Synchromesh transmission that wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, with a bunch of random drivers that have probably never driven a race car before, rowing the gears much harder than they're supposed to. And and so I know Aaron appreciates the
absolutely
the R&D relationship out of it, and so and you guys have had that a year now, about a year. So you guys get stuff way ahead of market, and then you give us feedback on it. We make the product better. So it's a really great relationship we have that goes two ways here. So we're really proud to be part of the team.
Yeah, we've got fresh test samples coming to y'all pretty quick. So
nice.
From this last race.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron likes that. You make him happy. He takes a little sip off the top of each one of them.
Right.
So in closing, guys, can you shout out your brand new beautiful website and your social media, where people can find you, and maybe if they've got a few dollars this holiday season? I know people look to push them around this time of year. So where can they find you? How can they help you out? And if somebody's looking for some help themselves, how could they find you and maybe hop in one of these cars or help you wrench at your next race?
So our first and foremost, it would be our website, usmcracing.org. It has all of our past events and pictures, and even has a specific gallery for all of our oopsies and boo-boos, which is hilarious. It's probably my favorite one because there's lots. We have our contact page, which you easily get a hold of us. It'll go right to all of our inboxes, as a matter of fact, so we all get the same message, or should. And then we have our donation page. There's multiple ways you can help us out. You can either give a cash donation, and it explains different amounts, what different amounts do for us. Like, $30 is, about a half day's worth of fuel for a car, or $160 is a tire. We also have an Amazon charity wish list, which has a ton of parts and stuff that we need, and tools that either get lost or broken pretty routinely. Or if you just want to reach out and let us know you like what we're doing and you have ideas to help us get better, folks that we can reach out to help promote the mission, or if you wanted to help myself or Fennell there in Austin, or myself here in New Orleans, we're not going to turn you down. So, and we're here for you no matter what.
100%.
Awesome.
Yep.
And how about you, Fennell? Why don't you give your shop a shout out too?
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, so Kyle Automotive is a shop I run here. It's kind of our home base for major repairs for the cars.
World headquarters, I believe you guys call it.
Say again?
Was that world headquarters?
No, that's here with me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just the Texas chapter.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, we keep the cars rolling here, and I got full blown automotive repair, so we're able to, when things get deep on the cars and broke bad, they come here, and my company gets them fixed back up and sends them back out to get broke down again and repeat. So
race, break, repeat, fix it. Yep.
Yeah.
Can I go off the script?
Aaron's going off script. Watch out.
I want to see that turbo car build behind you.
Oh.
Yeah,
It's been staring at me the whole time, taunting me.
Go ahead and tell us about this 4-cylinder insane thing you got.
Yeah, this will actually be starting up. I got a little bit more work to go on this thing. That's Texas Grunt, my personal drag car. It's a monster. We should become the quickest Ford 4-cylinder. I don't know if in the world or the nation. We're fast. It'll be fast, and maybe this thing will make its way up to Memphis for a little street action. We'll see.
Ooh.
What 4-cylinder is it?
So the 4-cylinder is based on a Ford 2.3 Pinto motor. So straight out of Pinto. It is slightly modified. Got a couple good parts. The turbo on it right there is a Garrett Gen 2 GTX 80 millimeter. The turbo support 1750 horsepower.
Wow. All right.
And the main question, is that car powered by science?
What I could say again?
Is it powered by science?
Absolutely powered by science. So that has the best Group 4 POA oil on the market.
Look at
from
this. He knows his stuff.
That's right.
You guys have been listening. I love it.
I might be getting in touch with you to learn a couple of tricks on that 2.3 because we're about to build one. Not us, but
you.
But me, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's the man. He's the man you go
So,
to. Well, thanks again, guys. I had a blast this weekend. I can't thank you enough for having me down. Like I said, we've got a bunch of video to come, and we really hope to help get your name out there more so you can only continue to grow with this mission. I appreciate everything you guys do. And thanks again. Thanks for coming on and telling everybody about what you guys do. We're really proud of you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate y'all 1,000,000%.
Thanks, guys. Right. Talk soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Brian and Brian from USMC Racing. What awesome guys. I mean, such a cool weekend. I can't speak highly of it. It's just, it was quite an experience. I encourage anybody that has an opportunity to go out. The 24-hour limits thing alone is so cool. I mean, just the premise of it. They have such a great time. The judges walk around in robes, like Supreme Court robes. If you get in trouble on the track, if you do something wrong, they put you like in a timeout box. They pull you off the track and they like ridicule you and make fun of you and stuff. And even the tech inspection is like a negotiation on all the cheaty stuff, and it's such a cool event. And then for them to do what they're doing and bring that to 24 hours limits, all those limits guys love what these USMC guys are doing, because they've all got their little pits and then USMC's got like the corner block with like 1 million flags up, and and it's just. They're their own specialty in the world of specialties, right? So, but I love those guys. Hot Shot Secret will continue to support these guys. I recommend anybody at home, if you got a few extra bucks, if you got some time, if you know anybody that may need some help, whether it be a vet or a first responder, you name it, look these guys up. They're a great resource, and if you can support them, I can vouch that your money goes and is used for very good, and I wouldn't want to invest that type of money anywhere else than what these guys are doing. Now they're up to 3 cars. The more cars they get, the more difficult it is, but that's many more people they can bring through this program. So check them out, and this holiday season when you're looking to donate, please give USMC a look. Anything else? I think we're about over time, so I think we're just going to call it for a day, because I want everybody to kind of check that out. And
a few questions, I think.
We'll come back and touch on some LX4 another time. But I will say it was used this weekend in those race cars, as well as our adrenaline racing oils and our RV products in the RVs and the fuel additives, you name it. These guys are a perfect example of the breadth of our product line, because they use about all of it. So just really happy to be down there. Any closing thoughts from you?
Well, let's answer the one question we have.
Go for it. I didn't see it.
Kevin asked about the RV motor treatment.
I don't have it on mine.
Huh.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the RV motor treatment and the Stiction Eliminator? The answer is the label.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the same product. We just rebranded it for the RV market. So if you happen to be out and about and can't find the RV
that was
treatment,
one.
then,
that was part of the RV line that we looked, we tested, but we really found no better way to improve upon the product. So it's same product, just rebranded for it. Now the fuel additives, different story. Those are especially made for the RVs. I know we really bump up the stabilizer and some other things as well. So not all the products are the same. We really custom formulate them for the RVs, but when it comes to Stiction Eliminator, like we always say, people think it's a 6073 product. No, it's an everything product. Gas, diesel, you name it. RV, lawnmower, you name it. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything else?
No, not
except
really.
my mom says, love you, Mom.
See, that didn't
like
pop
always.
up. Oh, there it goes.
Yep, top fan, rocking her top fan badge. All right, well, thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll post that video up on our Facebook and social media. And like I said, we have a ton of footage, and we're going to put together a really great video that really shows you everything what these guys do. And I hope it really inspires some of you to support these guys in whatever way you can, whether it's your time, your energy, or just share it. Just share what they're doing. And you never know who might be scrolling through Facebook and needs to see that right now. So feel free to share the page. That's the least you can do. So let's help these guys out as much as we can. Till next time, we'll see you next Thursday, right here.
No.
Yeah, I'll be here.
No, you won't.
No, I won't.
I'm not going to be here.
Yep, probably not. So we'll tell you when we'll be back. But we're usually here every Thursday at 1:30. So tune in and we'll keep you updated on our schedule. Until then, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.